Over the course of Irish history, Ireland has been settled and invaded by various tribes and people, from the Celts, the Vikings, the Norse, the Norman and the English, and this can be seen no clearer than in the names reflected in the counties of Ireland. Well, in this video we're going to go through the 32 counties in Ireland and the origins of their names. Let's start at the top of the island in the province of Ulster in Donegal. In Irish, Donegal is Dunanal, which means stronghold of the foreigners, or fort of the foreigners, or base of the foreigners. The foreigners, of course, being the Vikings that settled there. It is also known as Tír Connell, which means land of Connell, a former Irish king. Next in Ulster we have County Derry, or Dira in Irish, which simply means oak grove or oak wood. Next we have Antrim, or Aintrim in Irish. The name translates to lone ridge or lone dwelling. We can see from the last two examples that the plants and trees and even the geography of a county played a big part in how it was named. Man-made structures also contributed to the naming of counties. If we just shift down, County Down, we'll see a great example. Down in Irish is Undúin, which simply means the fort. For County Armagh we see more ancient Celtic influence. Armagh in Irish is Ard Mhacha. This means Macha's height, referring to the ancient Irish goddess Macha, said to have given birth to twins after racing a horse. We also see a lot of the counties named after the former kings and chieftains of the area. County Tyrone, or Tír Owen in Irish, means land of Owen, after King Owen MacNeill of the Kingdom of Aileach, which in present day is in County Tyrone. County Fermanagh, or Fermanagh in Irish, means the men of Monaghan, referring to the tribe of people that settled there. I've also seen it means men from the county of the lakes. Home of the famous poet Patrick Kavanagh, County Monaghan, or Cunday Muinneapan, roughly translates to hilly land or bushy, hilly field. Our final county in Ulster is Cavan, or An Cavan in Irish. This means the hollow, as Cavan town is situated in a deep hollow overlooked by steep hills and three sides. Now let's go to the province of Leinster, and one of the smallest counties in Ireland, the wee county, County Louth. Louth in Irish is Lou, and here again we see the influence of the Celtic mythology in the naming of some of the counties. Lugh was a Celtic god and a member of the Tuatha Dé Danann, a group of supernatural beings. Lugh is portrayed as a warrior, a king, a master craftsman and a saviour. From Celtic gods to royalty, let's go next to County Meath. Known as the Royal County as it was the former seat of the High Kings of Ireland, Meath in Irish is An Mhí, which simply means the middle. Meath itself used to be the 5th province of Ireland, with some surrounding counties, including counties like Westmeath. In Irish, Westmeath is called An Iarraidh, which surprise surprise means West Middle. Next in Leinster we have Longford. In Irish it's called An Longford. Another example of a man-made structure influencing the naming of a county. It refers to the port or fortress on the riverside of the Shannon. Further south we have Offaly. In Irish it's pronounced Iváile, named after the former Gaelic territory. But in the 16th century, Bloody Mary Tudor named the area the King's County, after her husband Philip of Spain. But the name was changed back to Offaly after the creation of the Irish Free State. But that's not the last we hear from Bloody Mary. If we go to the next county, Laois, that was named after the original settlers of the area, the people of Louth. But in the 16th century, Bloody Mary Tudor, not to be outdone by her husband's King's County, renamed the county the Queen's County. County Kilkenny is Kilkenny, and here we see the first influence of the Christian church in the naming of a county. Canning is referring to St. Canice, who converted the pagans of Kilkenny to Christianity in 597. Next we'll go to Wexford, and like all major Viking settlements in Ireland, it has two names. The first is Lochgarman in Irish, that refers to a thief that was drowned in the harbour while escaping with his loot, but it was also named Wexford by the Norse, which means bay or inlet of mudflats. County Carlow in Irish is Carlow, which means place of cattle or herds, or a place for grazing. And further north we have Kildare or Kildare. Very similar to County Derry, it means Church of the Oak. Wicklow is Kilvantine, which means Church of Manton. Manton means the toothless one. This refers to a saint whose teeth were knocked out by Irish pagans around the time of St. Patrick, but it does have the nicer name of the Garden of Ireland. Final county in Leinster and capital of Ireland, County Dublin. Similar to Wexford, it has both Viking and Irish origins for its name. The story behind this goes back to the 9th and 10th century, when there were two major settlements where the modern city stands. The first was Áthaclia, a Gaelic settlement and an important river crossing on the Liffey. During that time, low tide crossings were made possible by a series of hurdles made of interwoven saplings. Thus the Irish name Ballia, which means town of the hurdle ford. The ford was later replaced by Dublin's first bridge around 1014, and today the modern Father Matthew Bridge sits in the same location. Further up the Liffey at the site of the modern-day Dublin Castle is where we get the name Dublin. Legend has it that when the Vikings settled or invaded Dublin, they sailed their longships up the River Liffey and came upon a dark tidal pool of boggy water where the River Liffey met the Poddle. They docked their ships in this pool, settled and called it Dublin, meaning Black Pool, which eventually took the English form of Dublin. Now let's head southwest to the province of Munster and to the kingdom of Kerry. Kerry in Irish is Kiri, which translates to the people of Keir, which were the tribe of people that settled in this area. Keir also means dark brown or black, which may refer to the more sallow skin complexion of this tribe of ancient Irish settlers. Now over to the largest county in Ireland, the rebel county, County Cork. Cork was originally a monastic settlement, founded by Saint Finbar in the 6th century. The settlement was at the mouth of the River Lee, in a marshy swamp area, and Cork or Corkig in Irish simply means marsh or swamp. Waterford is another Viking settlement, which means it has a number of names. So the Irish name Port Larga means Larga's port. This was an ancient Celtic and mystical creature, thought to be part of the Dacia. There's a Celtic translation I've seen for the county, which means the harbour of the sun. The name Waterford is actually the anglicised version of the Viking name for the county, which is Valdorafjord. This has two possible meanings. It could mean haven from the windswept sea. Waterford is a little inlet like that, but it also could mean the fjord of the ram, because it was thought that sheep and rams were exported from the harbour. Next we'll go the long way up to Tipperary, and in Irish Tipperary is Tibrid Orn, which means the well of Ara. This refers to the river that runs through the county. Next we have Limerick, or Limnoch in Irish, which translates to bare spot. It was also a Viking settlement, and the translation of the Viking name means mighty noise. And our final stop in Munster is Clare. In Irish it's an clár, which means board or plank. This refers to a board that was placed over the River Fergus outside Ennis. Our final province is Connacht out west, and we'll start with Galway. Galway in Irish is an Gaillimh, which means stony. This is referring to the rocky river Gaillimh, which is now called the Carlow. Further north we have Mayo. In Irish sounds very similar, which is Mayo, and that means plain of the yew trees. And on that similar theme of naming the county of what's in the area, we go to Sligo. Sligoch in Irish means place of shells, or shelly place, a reference to the abundance of shellfish in the rivers and the coastline. Next we have County Leitrim. In Irish it's Leitrim, which literally translates to a grey ridge. And our final county in Connacht and in Ireland is Roscommon, which in Irish is Roscommon, which means Common's wood. And this is named after Saint Cavan, who founded the monastery in Roscommon in 550 AD. So that completes our tour of Ireland and the names of Ireland, how each county got its name. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and like and comment. It was actually a comment that gave me the idea for this video, so please comment away. And I'll talk to you at the next one. Slán go fóill.